Podcast!
Welcome back, Mosh Pit Podcast. We are here. This is honestly like a dream podcast. When I was telling them the locals that I'm having you on, they were like, huh?
Amazing.
It's James, lead guitarist, right?
Yeah, one of two guitarists.
One of two guitarists of TesseracT, all the way from England. This is, if you would have told me I'd be doing this years ago, I'd have been like, you're a liar. First, I want to start talking about the stuff. I'm doing a Aftershock giveaway, so go enter into that. 4-day passes. And then also go get yourself some non-alcoholic Kitty Pig. Love it every single day. And getting into you guys are going to be headlining Arctangent. Am I saying that right? Arctangent Festival?
That's correct, yeah.
August 16th in the UK. Resurrection Fest, June 27th in Spain. The Prague My Best Fest.
Be Prog, my friend.
Be Prague My Friend Fest, my bad. September 26th in Barcelona, Spain. Euroblast, September 28th in Germany. Do you have anything else? That's insane.
That's actually the end of our run now. We released War of Being about 18 months ago, and since then we've toured Europe twice, the States twice now, Asia, Australia, and done a whole bunch of festivals. And I think the end of this festival run is where we're kind of calling it to take a step back and work on new stuff. But yeah, so that's it.
That's awesome. Getting into it, have you ever had when you got on stage, you were just like, whoa, and when you looked out in the crowd?
I mean, definitely once upon a time, but I think that we've been doing this so long now, it all becomes quite second nature.
Really?
Yeah, I think the woe is more just like anxiety about gear not working or like technical problems or, but yeah, I think going out and playing a show is, it's become second nature, but it's a great thing to do. It's a massive privilege and a lot of fun.
It sounds fun. Trust me. I mean, seeing when I was doing more and more deep research on you guys, I was just seeing all the stuff you guys have accomplished. I was just I was blown away, and I'm also like congrats to that. Cause,
thank you.
It's a big accomplishment.
Mm.
Starting to talk about the War of Being. What was there any emotional tension within yourself that you had when you wrote those guitar riffs? Do you have any do you use any of emotions?
I don't know, that's an interesting question. First off, Ackles, the other guitarist, is the main writer, so he takes credit for most of those riffs, I have to admit. But, and I think he I don't know, he has his processes. I'm sure there is an emotional root in it. I think a lot of the songs came together in the studio with those initial demo ideas, and then the band playing together as a unit, and then with Moss's story that he brought along to it as well. There's definitely an emotional injection from everyone involved.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like you guys are just a great click when you click together and you're recording, because you guys are most likely all together when you're recording all of this, right?
Traditionally not, actually, and on previous records it was all very home studio based and everything being done sort of online. Whereas this record is the first record where the band came together much more as an actual band, if you like.
How long did it take it to write?
Well, the last record was 5 years ago, so was it 2018? So yes, that'd be 7 years ago, but 5 years before this record. So it took a long time.
Long time, wow. I tell you what though, listening to it, because I was listening to it all this week. I mean, I've listened to it before, for sure, but I was just listening to it over and over, and I was just I swear the whole album itself, if you play it, if you guys play it from start to finish, it is, you finish it and you just keep wanting to listen to TesseracT. These are some interesting questions I thought of. What was your first job before joining TesseracT?
My first job? I don't know, because I guess I've done lots of things. I mean, at the same time as in TesseracT, I also run a music publicity company, and I actually started that after TesseracT started to pick up. But prior to that, I worked in sort of like a communications media sort of job. So I took what I learned from there and then applied that to music. Yeah, I've done all sorts of jobs. I've worked at charities. I've worked at I've done like the recycling trash collection. I've done all sorts of stuff.
Oh wow. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. You grew up in Milton Keynes?
Ackle did, but we're all actually based from all over the UK.
All of the UK?
Yeah.
What was growing up there, I always like to know, what was the music scene like?
At the time, it was really thriving. There were lots of bands. Like Ackle's in a band called Fell Silent, who then spawned Monuments, obviously TesseracT, and a band called Heart for Coward. There's a band called Hacktivist. Basically, there's a real thriving scene there then, and I guess basically going back 15 years ago.
15 years ago? Wow.
Yeah.
What was like your first, like, can you remember like the venue and everything, like going to a show in England? Like, what was like that first show that you went to that like was like rock, I should say?
I saw Green Day at Brixton Academy, and that was pretty amazing. Actually, yeah, Green Day, I think The Offspring might have been my first big rock gig, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love The Offspring.
well.
I may be going to see them in LA in August. I love them.
Yeah, definitely a band of my teenage years, for sure.
What's up, Mosh Pit Podcast? Took a little break to do some sound check. It sounded great.
Oh, thank you, man.
This is like my first time seeing you live.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was there, I was like, whoa.
Nice.
Like all the vibrations and like the bass and everything meshes so well. It's just unbelievable. Like I've never like done it like this where I like doing it right after sound check. But I've seen sound check a lot, but that's the most like where I was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like I know 70 other bands maybe watch and be like, what about us? But getting back into it, I was wondering, what was your first interaction with the rest of the members, like Daniel and all of them, for TesseracT? What was like your first interaction with them?
Well, I went to school with Amos, the bassist, and we were in various bands together as kids growing up. And so yeah, we go way back. And we met the others basically through the UK scene at the time. So we were playing in a band, and we played with that band Fell Silent that I mentioned before, that Ackle was in, and also John Brown from Monuments, and Nolly from Heart of a Coward, and so on. And basically we became friends with them instantly. We got on very well. And then Ackle had been working on TesseracT as a solo project, and he approached Amos originally saying, I need a bassist. Do you want to come and have a jam? And then when I needed another guitarist, I got invited. Amos suggested me, so I went along, and it was great. And Jay met Ackle in a similar way. He was playing in another band, and basically we all just met through like the live scene at the time. This is going back to about sort of 2005ish.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay. I like asking this to artists. How old do you think I am? I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I've had like 70 episodes of it. Based on how I look, how I think I am.
Well, I'm going to base this on how you look and how you frame the question, and so I'm going to go 23.
Wow, you're actually close. 22. You got it. They know they've seen a couple people on here. I think the highest I ever got was 30, and I was like, huh?
Do you know what? I think without you framing it like that, I may have gone for 27, 28.
Oh.
But then I sort of took a close look. I was like, no, you are very young under that beard.
Oh, yeah.
It's the beard.
Oh, yeah. I remember beginning of this year, I shaved it to go for a job interview. And I got there, and they're like, you have to be 18 or older to get this position. I was like, what? I was like, that's why I had to grow it back. I was like, I need a little bit of age to me.
Oh, man. So does that mean that when we all met, you were like 3?
Yeah. Yeah, oh gosh. I tell you guys, just based on the sound check, definitely go see them. Even if you have to fly somewhere, go see them. Just based on the sound check, I can't wait to see it like tonight when all you guys are all together. Because you guys, when going through all your setup and everything, like, do you like? Because you guys been touring. How long now consistently? Just like not like since you met, but like right now, because I know you guys just finished a tour yesterday or the day before.
18 months, yeah, basically. I mean, not all solidly. We've been home, but War of Being came out in September 2023, and then we left to tour the States actually in October 23, and basically it's been on and off since then.
Oh wow!
So by the time we finish this campaign after the festival, it would have been 2 years of a lot of touring.
That must be a big mental strain on you, though.
I think we've got used to it. You have coping methods, and I think a lot of it's down to sort of your attitude. Partly how you manage your life, especially life back home, but also just I don't know, your mental attitude. You just need to basically stay positive. You just need to not go too crazy.
Oh, yeah, I was just...
be able to talk to your friends if you need, that sort of thing.
That's awesome, though, because I know I was just talking to a couple other bands yesterday, and we were filming some stuff, and they're like, one of them just got off a 2-month tour of the U.S. and a little bit in Canada, and he was like, yeah, I'm just super mentally stuff. But hearing like after you're done with this, I know you had like some little gaps into it, but like 2 years is insane. That's the longest I mean, I know those people may have done it longer, but like that's still like a very long time to like have it. But I'm happy that you found ways to cope and you get used to it throughout the time.
And it's not away constantly as well. Like for example, after last summer, we had a couple of festivals, and then we didn't do anything until the beginning of this year. So we basically did have like sort of 4 or 5 months at home. So there were long gaps in the campaign. So I don't think I could live on the road constantly. I think that would be. That'd
be very tough because it's just such a mental thing, especially because like you don't really get that many home cooked meals.
No, that's actually a big thing. You end up just eating takeout food a lot, which is not always the most nutritious and also expensive.
Yeah. What's your favorite meal to have when you get back home?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I like most food. I think basically I want something quite basic and quite simple, something that's maybe got some vegetables in it, just to get my nutritional levels back up again. I don't know. That's a tough one. Could be anything.
I've met people that go out to like the UK because you still live out there, right?
Except our drummer. Our drummer actually lives over here.
Oh yeah? Oh wow.
He lives in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh wow. Dang, you got one U.S. resident.
Yeah. one less visa to pay for.
I know that like, is it like have you ever had the toast and beans? I think it is. Is it the toast and beans? Oh no, the baked potato and beans. Is that?
What, baked potato and beans?
Yeah, I never had that before. I've seen that like very popular out there. I don't know. I'm really bad on social media, so I see stuff and I hear about stuff. And
we love baked beans in a can and tomato sauce. That's I don't know, big deal back home. So you can have it on baked potato, you can have it on toast, you can have it on a potato waffle maybe. You can have it on your breakfast. So you have your bacon, eggs, sausages, whatever. Have your beans. Yeah, we're mad for our canned beans.
I want to ask this question. Mosh pits. Have you ever been into a mosh pit? And if you can remember, like, is there a most memorable time you've been in one?
Yeah, my youth I used to love it all the time. In fact, going back to first gigs, I remember I got caught up in the mosh pit for the Offspring, and I was 15 at the time, and it was actually kind of terrifying. I didn't know what to expect. Then I quickly came to love it, and like I don't know. I remember I once stage dived to Van Dog Eat Dog. Don't know if you know them. They're a New York
That sounds familiar, but I'll have to look them up.
They were really big in the 90s. So. I did my ankle in and I couldn't walk for a few days.
Ooh.
And lots of just fun, bopping around.
Oh yeah, I know the ankle thing too. I did like a little a spin off the stage, like stage diving, but the way I landed sideways and my ankle just went, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I actually stage dived at Milwaukee Metal Fest last week, was it 2 weeks ago? So
really?
My friends Netco Goblicon were playing, so just for fun, I gave a little dive.
I would love to see that.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh, it is. Oh yeah, I'm posting that after this. I gotta see that. What was like your first? Because I know you met them back. You said 2005. What was the first time you went on stage with them?
The first time I met Ackle, I think was about 2005, but everything took a long while then. I know him and Moss started talking, and the first jam session that I went on, and I think him and Moss, Jay and Ackle jammed together initially first as a 3-piece, and it was 2006 I think I came along, and then we basically spent a year meeting up every few months, just rehearsing. I think the first show was 2007, and we played a place called the Cellar Bar in Bracknell, which is a small town outside of London, and it's this tiny bar, low ceiling, just a few of our mates there, and yeah, I know that was kind of obviously a big deal because of our first show. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to think that we went from the salad bar to being here.
Oh yeah. Did you ever even like growing up? Did you ever like know that you were wanting to like do music, or did you like when did you pick up your first guitar?
I was actually 14 when I picked up the guitar. It was a bit late, but I learned piano as a kid first. And although I enjoyed it, it was when I found a guitar that's like, well, no, that's my instrument. That's what I want to do. And yeah, I think as a teenager, I definitely sort of obsessed with the idea of playing in a band and doing what I can do to make it work. But then obviously, as I got older, I did other jobs and studied, and my life wasn't solely music. Partly as it seemed like the sensible thing to do. Also, it appeased my parents. But yeah, I think when you're young and you're like, this is what I want to do, you're luckily very ignorant of how difficult it is and how risky it is. Because I guess if I knew what I knew now, then maybe I'd say to 15-year-old me, hey, maybe do something that's a bit more chilled out and relaxed to your life.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, people don't realize like the music, because a lot of people think the music industry is like, oh, you get to just party all night and play music, and they just think of it as like a movie, what they see with a rock star.
Yeah,
and they don't see what it actually entails.
Yeah.
It is nothing like that.
Right. And so it's like, at the end of the Devon tour, we partied a bit that night, and so yesterday was terrible. I had a nasty hangover. I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to have that again.
Speaking of like drinking, like having a drink or something like that, what's your drink of choice?
I'm quite variable, but I think I quite like a couple of beers as a staple. Moss and Ackle are very into red wine, and I quite like a red wine, like with some food. Yeah, I like cocktails. A gin and tonic, classic British drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
gin and tonic's my favorite. My whole family thinks I'm weird because I like gin. Because I'll have like a gin and tonic or like a gin and cranberry, something like that. Oh, now you got me craving a gin.
Yeah.
I want to thank you again for coming on and like taking time out of your day to do this. This is gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And everything, all their stuff will be down in the link below. Check it out. Go, if you don't know them, which I'm surprised you don't, go follow them now and listen to all their music. All their albums is great. It's especially like if you're at home and you're laying down in bed and you're like, I just want something to like, I don't want something too heavy, but I want something to listen to and enjoy. Definitely put on some TesseracT. Just start the album, put your headphones on, lay down, look at your ceiling, and enjoy the night. Trust me, I did that a lot this week.
Well, I want to thank you for having me on your podcast. Appreciate the support, man.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much again, and we'll catch you next week, Mosh Pit. Later.